everyone, we're Management Inc. back at it again, and we are going to be doing our final video for this class. We're going to be talking about some of the things we noticed when we watched our peers' videos. There were some things that they talked about that we realized we forgot to mention or we didn't really think of. So while it was interesting to see different people's perspectives, now we're kind of like, oh, okay, we should probably mention that now. So the thing that was really impactful for me, but I totally didn't mention for some reason, was the presentation, our big presentation. That was the first time I've ever had to do something like that, and it really had an impact on me because it was a very stressful situation, and there were high expectations, and there are also 60 people that were going to be watching, so if I screwed up, everyone would see it. So it was a whole process, and it taught me how to work better with a group. Different ways to give constructive criticism and giving and receiving it, and just how to try and condense a ton of information into a couple slides on PowerPoint, then how to take that information and explain it so that it's easily understandable. It was a big confidence boost too, because once you go through something like that traumatic experience, you just come out stronger, and you can just do it again. No problem. You've already been through the worst. So yeah, I can't believe I forgot to mention that. And shout out to Team Gracht. Your guys' video was the one that I realized I forgot to mention that when I watched it, so thank you.
Barely Managing mentioned decision making and how much more comfortable they were with decision making, and how there really is a lot that really goes into decision making, and it's not just oh, I want choice A over choice B. No, it's there's consequences for choosing choice A, there's consequences for not choosing choice B, or for choosing choice B, whichever. I don't know why I didn't mention that. That's something that sometimes I think about. I'm like, oh, making choices is just something that, we do in the blink of an eye. But it's really, there's really a whole lot more that goes into it, and they really are significant, because it's not only affecting me, it's affecting other people, it's affecting things that could happen 10, 20 years later just because of, the choices that I make.
So I actually had two comments that I wanted to make based off of the other groups. The first one was HMAD Consulting. Aaron made a comment about talking about his boss and how much he disliked the way his boss had managed him, and he was being micromanaged. And I've had a lot of experience in my college career with different internships and jobs that I've gone through. And I definitely think that this class gave me a greater appreciation for the different styles of management, because there were a lot of, not just different workplaces, but a lot of different workplace atmospheres that I was in. I actually flipped back through the textbook a couple of times and identified, I was like, oh, at this internship, it was more this style versus that style. And it was interesting for me to look, and just moving forward in the future, I think I'll be better able to identify where I'll best fit into an organization, and I think that's a really helpful thing for me. The second group that I wanted to make note of was the special team. Almost all of them talked about blogs, and I know that was a big thing for our group. I think in general, I think everyone struggled a little bit with just blogging and keeping up. Personally, for me, I thought the blogs were incredibly important to my experience. I'm a comm major, so in particular, I like to talk more than I like to write down my ideas. I'm typically a better just speaker. I'm better in a conversational sense, and so I'm not really comfortable with writing down my thoughts and then transferring them over a written media. So it was actually really helpful, I think, for me, especially through the course of the semester, to kind of be able to chart my progress, and I think it really helped me kind of grow as a writer and a person throughout the course.
So something notorious MGMT said that I think our group forgot to touch on was thin slicing and the book Blank. I believe the book really helped me realize that my first impression of something or someone might not always be the most accurate one. Just because of biases that I have and other people in society might have as well. So I just really think the book really helped me understand how to properly read someone, and how to be a better person in the workplace and as a manager.
From all of us here at Management Inc., have a happy holiday, and okay, that's from all of us here at Management Inc., have a happy holiday.
Also, what we forgot to do that everyone else did was a really fun montage with like all our pictures and videos from the semester. So we're gonna put that in now. Enjoy.
Break it down in that hot, hot desert. This is where I wanna be. Break it down in that hot, hot desert. This is where I wanna be.
That wasn't recording.
Because we're gonna.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my